What is up, guys? Bringing you guys the team builder for Lycanroc midday form. If you guys are for this, drop a like down below, that'd be awesome, and subscribe if you want more team builders like this as well. We also have the Moon, there's a lot going on as well, if you guys want to check that out. Just an overview of this. Lycanroc midday form is probably by design one of my favorite mons of this Gen 7. They gave it the stats that they needed to give it. They needed to keep this thing, for the midday form at least, they need to keep this thing a fast physical attacker, or possibly a special attacker, judging by design when we first saw the design. That's what I thought this thing was going to be. Game Freak, props to Game Freak. They did the right thing. They gave this thing base 75 HP, which really isn't the best, but you're not going to be using it. Base 115 attack, which is completely awesome. Attack is very, very good on this thing. 65 defense. Really isn't the best, but you're going to be outspeeding a lot of things anyways, and will pretty much mostly killing them anyways. You really don't need that much defense, and being a rock type, you're able to eat up like normal hits and a lot of other things like flying and stuff hits easily. So, and you eat up most of the priority moves like quick attack, speed. You can eat sucker punches decently. So, 55 special attacks doesn't matter. 65 special defense, so it doesn't really matter there again. And a whopping 112 base speed, which is insane. You're outspeeding things like Latios. You almost outspeed Raikou, I think. I think it's base 15 for Raikou, but you're very, very close to outspeeding Raikou. And being that Talonflame actually has a nerf this gen, you're pretty much a 100% counter to Talonflame the way it is, and stuff like that. So you do outspeed a lot of mons, just with that 112 base speed there. So this first set here is pretty much kind of standard. I expect this set to probably be the most used set. Choice Bandit set. It does have some pretty good abilities as well. Keen Eye, really kind of the worst ability, but Sand Rush. If Sandstorm is active, this Pokemon speed is doubled, so that could maybe give you something like doubles. Maybe you can have like T-Tar, maybe Singles have T-Tar, maybe Gigalith, set up the sand. You probably won't have to run as much speed, just because your speed will be doubled in the sand, and that'll give you more options to run like more HP, more defense investment if you want to do that as well. Sand Rush, probably the best ability. Steadfast, I mean, if you're going to be maybe getting like flinched out, I really don't think people are going to be using Fake Out on you, knowing that you might have Steadfast and you're also a Rock type, so, I guess maybe Air Slash if you're trying to like live Air Slash, or maybe like Fake Out if you do have Fake Out. I think Sand Rush is a bit more of a better ability. It's up to you. These two abilities are pretty much the same. It just really depends. It's kind of situational. But Estelle Rock was actually a new move this gen. Base 40 power stab move that has +1 priority. So a priority rock move, a Stellar Rock, is going to be very, very good with the Choice Bandit set. Getting a +1 priority plus stab boosted with the Choice Band. And you're running Adamant max attack, so that's going to hit very, very hard. You also have Stone Edge right here. Now, personally, I probably would run Rock Slide instead. Just being me, I really don't like missing Stone Edge, especially with that 80 accuracy. But if you want to get the most damage, Stone Edge is definitely the way to go with this thing. And also with that 112 or 115 base attack, maxed out with Adamant Nature, you're able to get a lot of kills and outspeed a lot of things. So basically, this thing is just come in and kill something without hit and survive. Also, being Rock type, it is not weak to Stealth Rock, which is also nice. You can switch this thing in as much as you want, and you really don't have to worry about rocks. Thunder Fang, mainly there's for water types. You can hit it with, maybe like predict like a water type to come in. Hit it with a super effective move. Being Choice Bandit and with your very good attack stat, you can do a decent chunk, maybe predict it on the switch in, or if you like, probably have to like log yourself in. And you know you'll have speed, and you'll know you'll be able to take it out with Thunder Fang. Break, again, this kind of just for coverage. It hits other things like other rock types. It hits steel types, which is something you really can hit very well, just because you don't have access to Earthquake or Bulldoze. As for its moveset, it does have Fire Fang as well. Crunch. It does get Bulk Up as well, which could be a little bit useful. You can sit in, maybe have a sub as well, which I'll go over here in a bit. Gets most of the standard things. Its moveset really isn't super diverse, but it gets the moves that it really needs, which is all I really wanted with this thing. Again, probably one of my favorite mons for Gen 7, Lycanroc. I'm so hyped to use this thing. Gets set up with Rock Polish, Rock Slide, a lot of these other moves. On to the next set, which we're going to get into right here. This here is more of a support set, kind of. Running the leftovers, Sand Rush, or Steadfast, whatever ability you want. It also just gets Stealth Rock, so being at a 112 base speed, this thing is a super fast Stealth Rocker, which I think this thing will be used for as well. It sets up the rocks very quickly, like most other bulky rock types, which are really slow. This thing can get the rocks up right away, and if your opponent doesn't have a Rapid Spinner or Defogger, those rocks are there to stay. So that's also another advantage of Lycanroc being a super fast Stealth Rocker, which I do see it being used for. Running the Rock Slide here, you can run Stone Edge if you want. Just Rock Slide more, just because it's more of a sport. I really don't like missing, but that's personally just my preference. Taunt, just for utility. Taunt something maybe like a something that's trying to set up. You can possibly have speed, maybe something like that, or something that's trying to get rocks up on your side of the field, or spikes, or something. And also Toxic, just to get some stats off on a few things. Toxic, pretty decent. Gets a lot of other things. The only thing that would really be bad with this set, you're kind of walled by water and grass types with this set. Along with steel types, you really can't touch steel types. So maybe you want to run Fire Fang on the set for steel types, I don't know. But that's more of a sport set if your team really needs it. On to the next set. Going to be running a, just keep the leftovers on this set. We're going to be running a offensive Lycanroc with the sub sword stance. Now right here you can also run Bulk Up if you want that defense boost, but I kind of like the +2 to the attack, just because you have the Lycanroc, which you really don't need speed for, which I'll go over. Lycanroc being the +1 priority move, lets you outspeed a lot of things. Base 40 power plus stab once you're set up with +2. This thing's going to be pretty much hitting at the power of either, I think it's a little bit less or slightly less than a Stone Edge, but if you get to +4, you're completely destroying things. And I also have the Fire Fang on there just because this set does get walled by steel types. There's also personal preference, whatever you need. You can also run Brick Break if you want to hit steel types and other rock types with it. But I'm just running Fire Fang for things like Ferrothorn, other things like that. So that's really what I'm just running on this set. Pretty much what you ever need there. Pretty much come in, you predict your opponent to switch out or possibly do something different. Predict maybe like a Leech Seed on a grass type or something. Set sub, you have base 112 speed and you're fully invested, so you will outspeed a lot of things. Set that sub up, you get a free turn of setup. When your opponent breaks your sub, you go for the Stellar Rock, you hit their send for super effective damage, or possibly, and really hard hitting damage. And you go from there, basically. So, in the last set here, running the Choice Scarf set. Being 112, you can outspeed a lot of things, but if you want something that can really come in and just pretty much clean up the game, Lycanroc is also going to be very good for that. Running the Steadfast here, it really doesn't matter what you run. You can run Sand Rush, maybe you can possibly take advantage of a sand team you go against, maybe. Or possibly, I guess Steadfast. Steadfast a little bit more better on this set, just because you want to possibly get flinched or something like that. Maybe the Fake Out user, I don't know. It really doesn't matter what ability you run for this. A Stellar Rock is there, so you can outspeed. Possibly if your opponent has priority of their own or something like that, you can come in and pick them off with a Stellar Rock with the +1 in your Choice Scarf. You can possibly outspeed their priority. That's really the only reason that's there. Brick Break for another rock and steel types, like I said earlier. You can either run Stone Edge or Rock Slide. Personal preference, I would run Rock Slide just because I don't like missing, like I said before. But if you want the max damage in your Choice Scarfer, I go in, just run the Stone Edge, get the max amount of damage off, and possibly get the kill from the range your mon's at, or the opponent's at. So, and also Fire Fang. You could also run Fire Fang mainly for things like Pharaoh, stuff like that. You can hit for super effective damage, Scissor, a lot of other things. You could also run probably Thunder Fang here if you wanted. Another thing I was actually thinking about running was actually maybe Hidden Power Grass to hit things like Quagsire, Swampert, other things like that for super effective, or other water types you can hit for 4 times effective. Maybe, but you're going to have the best special attack. It's at your lowest stat. It's really not going to be doing too much anyways. That's really the reason why I don't have it on this set. You could also run Crunch to hit Psychic and Ghost types for super effective. Even though Stone Edge will probably be doing around the same amount, probably just a little bit less. You could also run Facade, I guess. Maybe Facade, Return. Not really too much else here. Maybe Sucker Punch, but you already have a +1 priority move in Stellar Rock, and that's Stab. Sucker Punch, not Stab, and it got nerfed this gen. Not really too much else here, to be honest. Like I said earlier, it has the move pool to be very, very good. They gave it all the right moves. Its move pool just really isn't most diverse. But all in all, Lycanroc definitely one of my favorite mons of Gen 7. This thing has insane amounts of potential. I see this thing being possibly an OU or a top tier threat in UU tier when the tiers do finally shift out. But if you guys were hyped for this and enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like down below. I'll be going over midnight form of Lycanroc next. But other than that, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want more, subscribe. That'd be awesome. And see you guys in the next video. Peace.